We've had the fortune of reviewing hundreds of different companies and cases where we see similarities of how companies that have similar complexities, what they do to increase the probability of winning deals, and where they go wrong, they increase the risk of losing those deals. And when you have these 10 complexities, there are some clear best practices of what we've seen works and doesn't work. For the full list of the 10 complexities, ping me and I'm happy to send them to you. But let me walk you through a few of them. So number one, when you have the rainmaker dependency. So you are highly dependent on a few people to orchestrate your largest deals. Here, it's incredibly important to scale your rainmakers, not hire more and more salespeople. Because by doing that, most of those salespeople fail over a longer period of time and you lose time and money. A second complexity is if you have a finite market. So the big chunk of your market represented by a finite set of prospects and accounts. In this environment, lead generation and outbound outreach is a train wreck. First of all, you don't need lead gen because you know already who your finite market is. What you need to do is understand who are the stakeholders in those accounts in your finite market. And the trick is, how do I start to engage them to start to orchestrate and win deals? Lead gen activities tend to lead a high BBR, burning bridges rate. And you cannot afford, in a finite market of customers and accounts, to burn your bridges. Another one of the 10 complexities is if you're trying to build and create a new category, or what we call a category plus one. So you're within a known category, but you are disrupting it by coming with a slightly different solution. If on top of this, you are an unknown brand, you have a really challenging task. Because the textbook says that you're trying to get to the majority of the market, and they are pragmatists. So you have the innovators and the early adopters, and then you have the big part of the market that are the majority, and they're pragmatists. And pragmatists don't want to be first in buying a solution, but the thing is, they don't want to be last. So the trick is, how do you get those first couple of clients through your star rainmakers that are being scaled, start to build those reference cases, scale those reference cases to similar type of companies fast, so the pragmatic buyer feels that similar companies around them are buying your solution. And getting that done quickly is key to success. And what textbook also dictates is, to be able to do that successfully, it's really important to find a narrow beachhead. So a narrow target segment that you can win and create new reference cases within that beachhead. Another one of the 10 complexities is almost the brutality of the ecosystem that many of our clients and these type of companies face. So it's not only about influencing hierarchically and functionally within the target organization that you're trying to win the deal with, but many of the clients we work with, they also have stakeholders in companies outside the client's ecosystem that's also influencing the deal. It could be consultants, it could be politicians, it could be regulators, it could be technical companies that are consulting to your client. And what's absolutely key here is, how do you, of course, understand that ecosystem, but start to influence all the different players in the ecosystem. And doing that with physical people and force alone is incredibly hard. And that's why a combination of rainmakers and a media machinery that's scaling them is, in our view, a much more powerful way. Instead, utilizing your few high-performing rainmakers and building a media machinery to scale them is a more successful approach. So I've shared with you some of the complexities. If you're on top of that, are an unknown brand, selling to what many we observe do, stronger, well-known brands, it adds an additional layer of complexity. Why? Because there's a huge element of risk involved in going with an unknown player that is also introducing a new type of disruptive technology. So utilizing risk mitigation in both the sales efforts that you do, but reference cases and advocacy and scaling that is also incredibly important. If you want to know more about these complexities and how we work with our clients to navigate through these complexities, ping me and I'm happy to share.